Usually when it comes to anime, it's all about the strong main character that fights the big baddie and gets the hot chicks. No one ever talks about the weaklings and the spineless main characters that can't even protect themselves to protect others around them. That's why today's video will be about those hopeless weaklings and why they are so weak in the first place. Coming in at number 10, we have Full Dive. The ultimate next-generation full dive RPG is even shittier than real life. So bear with me a bit. The name itself is a freaking mouthful. The main character of this anime is persuaded by the shop owner, who is really hot by the way, to buy an overpriced full dive dead MMO game. So realistic, it's shittier than life itself. The main character starts playing the game and suffers through literally every small ordeal that's thrown at him. I mean, even a goldfish with amnesia would do a better job than him in the game. And no, this isn't your typical isekai into the game and got stuck kind of scenario. He can still log in and out of the game with total ease and complete freedom. The only reason he is playing is because he is too damn thirsty for that shopkeeper after she promised to play with him. He isn't that smart, nor strong. And the supporting side characters have a more interesting background than he does. And they are freaking NPCs! The anime is still fresh as it was released during the winter season of 2021 and I haven't had that much time to watch it. But this, I can assure you, this main character will never get stronger, or even have character development. He's just your typical weakling that doesn't want to even try and change. Coming in number 9, we have Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro. Talking about weaklings, Naoto Hachioji, a second-year high school student and member of the art club, enjoys being teased and having his life turn into a living hell by a first-year student. After reading the manga he's working on and seeing how condescending of himself he is, a chain of teasing and bullying was unleashed by Nagatoro on Naoto. Yeah, before you start feeling sorry for him being bullied, you should know that for one, he starts to enjoy it, and two, he doesn't have the balls to confront her to stop the teasing. On the contrary, he is so hooked up and condescending himself, he accepts her teasing him non-stop and relishes it in a matter of fact. The show is starting off good, and there's already been some character development, so I can't wait to see more of it. Coming in at number 8, we have Rent a Girlfriend. Yes. Welcome to Degeneracy and Inferiority Complex Simulator. With our instructor Kinoshita Kazuya, you are guaranteed to graduate with flying colors. Our course teaches you how to become a useless, perverted, sorry excuse of a human like Kazuya. Kazuya, simply put, is a sorry excuse of a human being that puts his whole race and gender to shame. Hell, I might be persecuted as a blasphemer for this especially, but mommy did good by dumping his ass. For the girls, he is the best example of who not to date, and for guys, he is the greatest example of who not to be. The side characters are more interesting than him and have cooler development overall. Kazuya, to escape his worthlessness and his dumping, decides to rent a girlfriend, as if doing so will make him a decent person. During the series, he is revealed to be sick to the core, fantasizing about his ex-girlfriend with her boyfriend, while on the other hand, stalking his rental one. Overall, he is probably the lowest of the low. Even ants are more manly and useful than him. I can't really give my opinion about it just yet, as it is drowning in my somehow ever-expanding watch list. Coming in at number 7, we have Mirai Nikki. Mirai Nikki is what happens if the creator of Pokemon decided to use humans instead of furry animals. Yuki is the main crybaby of the anime that gets thrown into a game of survival that he never asked for, or wanted in the first place. With Yuno being the Pikachu in this scenario, sticks close to Yuki and rescues him and fights for him, and protects him while he is crying or hiding like a wimp behind her. Let's be realistic here. A wimp like Yuki wouldn't be able to survive the competition if it wasn't for his trusty dog. I mean, Yuno, his friendly neighborhood tsundere stalker, the only girl that was half sane and badass at the same time, was the 9th Mirai Nikki holder, with Yuki half the time simping for Yuno and the other half scared shitless of her. Minane was the only one carrying the show in my unbiased opinion. Wink. Coming in at number 6, we have Prison School. A girls-only boarding school just became co-ed? Hell yeah, sign me up, brother. That's what most of you degenerates would say, isn't it? However, this school has a catch. A big catch that our 5 perverts did not know of. After being framed for peeping on in the girls' bathroom, The 5 boys are sent to prison school to rot there for a whole month, and that exactly is where all the fun begins. The anime holds nothing back with its content and goes all out for the audiences, being true to the manga. The characters themselves are unique in looks and personalities. Our main character Kiyoshi is energetic and dedicated. Kaguto is the best bro ever. Andre is a huge masochist. Joe is infatuated with ants. And Shingo is an American delinquent. And of course, they're all perverts. Whether they admit it or not, but at least they're perverts with class. Well, discounting Andre, that is. The 5 are perverted to no limit and weak as hell as they get dominated by the underground student body council and get tortured almost every day and beat up as well. For the sick bastard Andre, that's heaven on earth, but for the rest it's a pain in their asses and they try so hard to break free of the prison, but with no avail. Coming in at number 5, we have Arslan Senki. Those who watch the anime will either agree with me or attack me straight out with flame torches and pikes. Arslan is portrayed as a greenhorn going to his first war at the age of 14. With next to none experience about war, add to the fact that they were ambushed, his father defeated, and captured, Arslan is sent on a journey to rescue him from his captivity and retrieve his kingdom. However, Arslan is as weak as they come. Frail as a boy his age should be. He can't even beat a soldier in a one-on-one battle without the intervention and assistance of his bodyguards. The strongest one of them being Daryon, Martin Fo Martin, one of the strongest retainers of Arslan, and the one that rescued him from the dreaded battle that decimated their ranks. I can't even begin to count how many times Arslan would have been dead already if it wasn't for Daryon and his immediate intervention. The most lines Arslan should have been given was, "Daryun, daskete!" If you ask me, personally, the show should have been about Daryu rather than Arslan. Don't get me wrong, I love the kid and he is learning to be stronger, but until now, there is no proof of him becoming any stronger. With Season 3 looming around in the abyss, we can only hope that Arslan will grow some balls already and become the hero he was meant to be. Coming in at number 4, we have Black Butler. Welcome to Batman Gone Wrong. Seal Phantom Hive, a spoiled British rich brat with mommy and daddy issues, can almost be portrayed as a handicap without his one hell of a butler, Sebastian Michaelis. Seal is so worthless that even if there was a competition to decide the greatest loser in history, he would still lose. The only thing good about him is how freaking filthy rich he is. He isn't the smartest, the strongest, or even the tallest. He only made a contract with a demon to have revenge for his slaughtered family. The whole plot is 80% of the time revolving only about Sebastian and how cool and fabulous he is in doing practically everything. One thing good about Seal, though, is that he makes one hell of a sexy girl when he cosplays and disguises as one. Seal is utterly hopeless without Sebastian to dress him, feed him, clean him, and even rescue him from the hordes of the undead. For crying out loud, even his girlfriend has more fight in her than him. Oh, and FYI, he sucks at relations. Coming in at number 3, we have Konosuba. Kazuma, Megumin, Darkness, and Aqua are all the main characters of this anime, with one similar trait between all of them. They are hopelessly as useless as they come. Kazuma, the worthless pervert, Megumin, the manoless mage, Aqua, the most useless goddess ever created, and Darkness, the most masochistic defender history of anime has ever introduced. I mean, for crying out loud, she gets off when she gets beat up by enemies. Aqua's power is so useless she purified the freaking tea, turning it back to water. And Megumin, well, to be brief, only wants to create an explosion so big in a way it makes Hiroshima and Nagasaki seem like a joke. Kazuma, being the leader of this dysfunctional group of misfits, is the most useless and weakest with a power only used to snatch panties. Overall, don't expect any flashy powers or out-of-this-world battles in this anime, but what they lack in power, they make up for with humor and jokes that will have you rolling on the floor. Coming in at number 2, we have Ray Zero Season 1. As a wise man-ish once said, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, while expecting a different outcome. I actually do believe that Subaru retains the title of the fastest anime death in history. For a man with the power to change all of history and time, Natsuki Subaru does absolutely nothing with his godly power. He doesn't apply the simple rules of trial and error as he keeps dying and coming back to life. Nor does he grow as a character, either by training or by studying. Instead, he keeps running around aimlessly like a headless goose, causing a ruckus everywhere he goes and making things worse. Subaru is a simple example of a person that is absolutely worth nothing at all. He is superficial, weak, brain dead, loudmouthed, and worst of all, an asshole to Rem. 5 years later and we still can't get over it. And number 1 goes to Dr. Stone. Okay, chill. And set the pitchforks aside for just 1 second. Senku might be the greatest mind there is, but when it comes to brawn, he loses to a girl in a fist fight. Every episode he recreates an invention and brings the Stone Age closer to civilization. I mean, sure, he was able to recreate an antibiotic for his sick friend, Ruri, and make glasses, and even find a way to relaunch all of civilization. But what good will it do him if he can't even lift a measly rock off the ground? His hands are even flimsier than overcooked noodles, which he recreated, by the way. If it wasn't for the help of his friends, Senku wouldn't have achieved anything other than his bok choy haircut. For our main character, Senku seems more like a crazed killer than a benevolent genius, helping mankind. Those who watch the series will know what I'm talking about. Overall, brains are all he's got, and all he needs if you ask me. But this list was all about the manpower a person has, and Senku has neither the bite nor the bark. In my humble opinion, calling Senku a weakling is an understatement, but his genius also deserves to be both respected and feared as well. Well, that's it for today's list. Hope you liked and enjoyed it. And if there's any anime you want to add to this list, tell me in the comments down below. And if you want to support me, then please become a member of the channel and enjoy exclusive content that I make for members only. So be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't miss a thing. Also, tell me what video you want to see next. And as for now, I'll catch you later. See you in the next one.